So, you're a dog owner in Raynham, Massachusetts, and you're trying to find a professional trainer. It can feel like a huge task. Well, this guide is designed to give you a clear, straightforward plan to help you make a fantastic choice for you and your dog.
We're going to walk through why training is so helpful right here in town, then get into how to find a pro that fits your style. We'll look at the different kinds of programs out there, what you can expect to budget, and cover the specific rules for Raynham. And we'll wrap it all up with a checklist of questions so you'll feel totally prepared when you start making those calls.
First things first, let's talk about the end goal. Living with a dog in a town like Raynham is wonderful, right? There are so many great places to explore together, and professional training is really the key that unlocks all of those experiences and makes them enjoyable and not stressful.
At the end of the day, training isn't just about teaching sit and stay. It's about building a solid foundation of communication so you and your dog can navigate the world together calmly and with confidence.
Just think about it. Whether you're hitting the trails at Johnson Memorial Forest, working on recall at the Raynham Dog Park, or just going for a simple walk around your neighborhood, having a dog with good manners makes a world of difference for you, for your dog, and for everyone you meet.
So, how do you find that right person to help you get there? Well, the very first step is to get a handle on a trainer's approach to training and their professional background.
The bedrock of modern, humane, and effective dog training is something called positive reinforcement. It's a science-backed method that's all about rewarding your dog for making good choices. Not only does it work really well, but it also helps strengthen your bond, which is what it's all about, isn't it?
Okay, so Massachusetts doesn't actually require trainers to be certified, but keeping an eye out for credentials like these is a really good sign. For instance, CPDTK means Certified Professional Dog Trainer Knowledge Assessed. When you see these letters, it tells you that a trainer has really invested in their education, they've passed some tough exams, and they're committed to keeping up with the best and most humane practices out there.
Once you've found a trainer whose philosophy lines up with yours, the next thing to figure out is the right training format for your dog and your specific situation.
So what's the best fit for you?
Well, group classes are fantastic for puppies who need socialization or for practicing skills with the distraction of other dogs and people around. But if you're dealing with a specific issue at home, like say barking at the door or jumping on guests, that's when a private lesson can be perfect, offering that focused one-on-one attention.
There is a third option, board and train. This is where your dog actually goes to live with the trainer for an intensive program. It can be a great way to jumpstart their skills, but, and this is a big but, the owner, you, has to be totally committed to continuing that training at home. That's the only way the results are really going to stick. All right, let's get practical and talk about the cost. Think of it this way. Investing in training is really an investment in a better, happier life with your dog. It definitely helps know what to expect financially in the Raynham area.
Just to give you a ballpark figure, a single 1-hour private lesson in or around Raynham is probably going to be somewhere between $100 and $160. Of course, that can change based on a trainer's experience or if they have to travel to your home.
And here you can see a breakdown of some of the typical costs. Group classes, as you can see, are usually the most affordable option. On the other end, something more intensive like a board and train is a bigger investment. One thing to notice is that buying a package of private lessons often gives you a better value if you know you're going to need a few sessions.
Being a responsible dog owner also means knowing the local rules of the road. And honestly, good training just makes following these rules feel like second nature. Here are the main things you need to know for Raynham. Your dog has to be on a leash unless you're on your own property or inside the official dog park. A current rabies vaccination is required by state law, no getting around that, and it's also good to know that the town has a limit of 3 licensed dogs per household.
Speaking of licensing, the process is really simple. Step 1, get that proof of rabies vaccination from your vet. Then, you just get in touch with the town clerk's office to get the license itself. It's something you have to do every year for any dog over 6 months old.
And hey, you can totally use our awesome local spots to your advantage for practice. The fenced-in Raynham Dog Park, it's the perfect safe place to work on that off-leash recall. And the trails at Johnson Memorial Forest are just ideal for practicing loose-leash walking with real-world distractions.
Okay, we are on the home stretch. This final section is all about the most important part, actually talking to a potential trainer and making your decision.
All right, so you've done your research, you've got a short list of options, and you're ready to pick up the phone or shoot off an email. This is your go-to checklist for having a really productive conversation.
These questions are going to tell you pretty much everything you need to know. Ask them about their philosophy and their credentials.
Ask how they would create a plan specifically for your dog's personality and your family's lifestyle. And always get clear on the total costs and their cancellation policies right up front. Getting solid answers here will help you find that perfect match.
Choosing the right trainer really is the first big step toward building a wonderful partnership with your dog. We wish you the absolute best of luck in finding that professional who can help you achieve calmer walks, happier adventures, and a more peaceful home for everyone.